Today we are going to be reviewing Ecomi. Now Ecomi are involved in the NFT space. They are a digital collectibles, blockchain, crypto, and today the markets have seen a mass amount of blood. Everything has gone down about 20% on average. It's crazy to think how when Bitcoin dips a tiny bit, the rest of the market just seems to take a nosedive. So we can see, taking a look at the 7-day chart for Ecomi, since we kind of last covered them in the last month, we can see that they was touching highs of $0.013 before fizzling out, bouncing back, fizzling out and bouncing back, except the bouncing backs have got relatively smaller, and there's been a kind of a small but consistent downtrend in terms of Ecomi, and we can see that right now in the last 7 days their high is kind of 0.00889, and they've gone down today to 0.0069. Now there's obviously going to be quite a lot of trading volume, 23 million there, which means buys and sells are happening very quickly, as we always say, and the best place to buy Ecomi arguably is Gate.io, Ascend, Bit4x. There's no real big mainstream brokers yet where you can buy them on, like Binance or that sort of thing. And if you want to sign up to Binance, KuCoin, or Crypto.com, where you can get Crypto.com free $25 of crypto, they'll be linked down in the description below. But yeah, so Ecomi is a Singapore-based technology company, as we discussed before, involved in the digital collectible space. We can see that the recent downturn is nothing to be worried about relative to the overall market. If the whole market is crashing, then obviously Ecomi is going to crash. I'd be more worried if it was just singularly Ecomi crashing and the market going up. Now, I'm no financial advisor, so anything I do say should not be taken as grounds to invest in or anything like that. This is all just my opinion. But as I was saying last time, guys, I think I do love the concept behind Ecomi. We can see here on their website, their digital marketplace, VV, where there's an app where you can buy and sell premium licensed digital collectibles, and the ownership process of giving and that sort of thing is a lot easier to do on the blockchain, and here we can see where it's available. They've also introduced their secure wallet, where you can, store your digital assets, as they say. And I think that the thing about Ecomi is that they're in a field which has blown up massively. So we can see right here that, when Ecomi goes down, it's such a hyped up coin that it makes the news. So in the last 6 hours, it's down 12% following the overall market trend. And we can see here, it's not really been too much in the news recently. We can see that the bullishness is 151% in the last 30 days. There was such strong momentum behind Ecomi. And last time we looked at how there was a lot of people really backing their Ecomi to move forward in the future. So having a look at their Twitter, we're just going to talk about what could possibly send Ecomi to the moon. And I think it is if they have monopoly over the digital collectible spaces, which they're kind of working towards getting in terms of their licenses. Now, we talked last time about Ecomi's licenses with a lot of cool brands. They've got quite a lot of brands on their side and partners already. So I think that would give them unique collectibles that you can buy only via the VV marketplace. And by getting them unique collectibles on the VV marketplace, people are going to have to buy Ecomi coin. And the more demand there is for Ecomi coin, the higher the price is going to be, assuming, no other factors change, in my opinion. So if you're looking to invest, you'll probably want to have a look at their, page 22 is their roadmap. Have a look at their roadmap and see roughly what it is saying. So here's they're talking about the tokenomics of everything. But we can see the roadmap. This is all stuff that's been done in the past, and it hasn't really been updated on this side of things for a while in their white paper. But we can see this was just when they was building the app, integrating it, and we can see that despite been working on the coin for a long time, it's only really gone into public territory in the last few months, really. So we can see their market dominance is 0.06%. It's almost top 200 markets in cryptos in the space. And we can see their fully diluted market cap is 5 billion, because only 20-ish% of their coins are in circulating supply. So obviously their market cap's $1 billion. That's relatively high. Their fully diluted market cap, I think, is very high. Obviously their tokenomics, they're burning loads of coins as transactions occur, meaning that as the more transactions occur, the lower circulating supply of coins there is. The lower circulating supply, arguably the lower diluted market cap, assuming the price is the same, which would help, create the coins more rarity and so on. So that is roughly what Ecomi is, a digital collectible marketplace. And the more that are sold and the more integrations there are in the future for, let's say, holograms for the space where you can hologram a digital collectible of, let's say, Batman, for example, onto your room instead of just having it on your phone, then I think this sort of space is going to take off. what is going to not send Ecomi to the moon, and what could be a possible, risk factor in investing in Ecomi, is the fact that, it's a very, very popular space. Tech investors, we can see here, are pumping millions into NFT startups as the digital collectible boom occurs. Now, obviously, a lot of this money is going in Ecomi. They're one of the first movers, but let's say there's a first mover advantage in that they might have the best licenses and the biggest marketplace, which could help send them flying in the future. But then there's also the first mover disadvantage, where if they were to make any mistakes in their initial, crypto building code or anything like that, then a newer NFT startup that comes along could completely eclipse them with a better platform and take over. So obviously it is a really, really risky, but so much potential going forward. And we can see the likes of Tom Brady, like all of these people, and it's becoming mainstream to create NFTs, like Jake Paul did after his recent win in his boxing thing. And we can see that, I think, if you want my overall opinion, despite not being a financial advisor on this coin, I would say that the scope and potential for it is huge. When you look at VR, showing off on the online space, the growth of social media, the growth and showing off on online and in presence and just holograms and stuff like that, the scope for having ownership of assets that's digital, easy, and then require no storage is huge. I always say that I think there's something in holding the asset in person, which could potentially hold, it back a tiny bit. But yeah, there's obviously a lot of risk with Ecomi because of, they've got a large market cap already. You have to look at, does that fully diluted market cap represent the true current value of Ecomi? Or is it slightly too high at the moment? Is it slightly too low? And that's what you kind of use to make your basis of a decision to invest in it on. I can't decide that. You'd obviously have to decide that yourself. But I think, obviously, it's no joke that going forward in the future, NFTs are clearly going to be at the forefront of the world we live in and the forefront of, life going forward, especially with the younger generation. So arguably, there's, if you want to invest in an industry that's going to grow, then NFT is a good industry to invest in. But whether Ecomi itself takes off, I don't know. I always like to invest in industries that have room to grow in the future and that are popping off right now. But I never like to chase a pump. And it may appear in the last few months like Ecomi has pumped. But recently, as you say, since the all-time high, it's pushing down to about 40% down. So, it's a really interesting one. It's got potential long-term, but I might be wrong about that. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. Catch you again soon.